Yeah. Tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up.
Let me hear you say.
Whole city getting hype now. Tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up.
Let me hear you say.
Nissan come alive for them. Tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up.
Let me hear you say.
All my people on Broadway. Tell them boys to tighten up.
One time, one.
Oh, tell them boys to tighten up. Tighten up. Yeah. Nashville, turn the lights on me. Third down, what the play gonna be? We gon' throw it to the left, we gon' run the seam. Oh, we might let Derrick Henry run it in between. Smash it up the middle, they won't see it coming. Put 100 on.
What's up, Thai Nation? What's up? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing today? It's Cinco de Mayo. Again, if you're Mexican, happy Cinco de Mayo. We have a good show for you guys tonight. Sorry, it was a little unprepared. I was getting some stuff came up, but again, we have a really good show for you. So thank you guys all in the chat room that are coming out. Again, I appreciate it so much. Remember, it's all about, the chat room, guys, right? That's why we go live to talk to everyone here. So if I miss someone on the chat room, I do apologize. Trust me, I'll try to, read out all the comments. Don't worry, I will get it. I promise. So I'm not going to forget about you. I promise. Again, I have special guests coming on as well. We got Tennessee Titans Weekly. If you guys haven't subscribed to them or watched any of their stuff, really good guys, great content. Again, YouTubers, that are Titan YouTubers out there, man. We try to provide the best for you guys. Again, my audio is better, yes, because my mic is connected and I'm not doing anything crazy tonight, except maybe having a drink. So again, cheers to everyone. We'll get my guest in as soon as possible. But again, just to let you guys know about the lineup for today for the show. So we're going to be talking about the NFL draft. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Tennessee Titans draft, who we picked, facts, no paper, yeah. AZ Mick. Again, wait, hold on. Before I do that, let me shout out to people that are here, man. What's up, man? Audio is better. Thank you so much. AZ Mick, what's up? Al, Steven, what's up, man? How you doing? Zach Carpenter, what's up, my man? Zach, how you doing, buddy? Thank you, guys. Let everyone know, especially on Twitter, social media, where you want the best show, the good show, the only show, Mr. Titan Show. Let's go. What's up, Michael? I'm in South Florida. The streets are packed tonight because of Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, see, that's the problem with South Florida is they don't even care. There's no Mexicans in Florida, but they be drinking though. So, Papi Chula, I love these corners we got, and we'll talk especially about the corners and stuff like that. It's going to be a really, really good show. What's up, Christina? Hello. She's a Dolphin fan, but she's showing up. So what's up? What's up, Titan Tigger? What's up, Trilogy? What's up, guys? Thank you guys again so much. Again, shout out Mr. Titan is legend. Boys, what's up from IG? What's up, man? Hey, what's up, KJ? What's up, man? So again, thank you guys so much for coming out. We're going to have a really good show. Like I said, I have guests. We're going to talk about each draft player that we got, our choices. What do we think? If they're good, they're bad. We're going to give a grade at the very end. I got a couple questions for my guest as well about the draft and about the upcoming season as well. You guys can ask questions, get involved. Again, I'm saying on the chat room, that's the purpose. We're going to talk to you. Don't worry. I'll put your name like this. Boom. I'm okay with as long as there aren't Colts fans and Texans, just being honest. See? Boom. We'll put you guys up there. It's fine. I have no problem. So, again, remember, I'm not an NFL analyst, so I just go off of my emotions, what I feel like it's a good pick or a bad pick. I give my position on it. Again, if you don't agree, which some people might not agree, some people might agree, let's just try to keep it friendly, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all Titan fans. We go for the Tennessee Titans. So as long as they are Tennessee Titans, they're in the uniform, I'm rooting for them regardless what I think. So where my bag, Grandma, and all. It's all right, man. It's all right. So let's bring in my friend, Okay, this is the Tennessee Titans Weekly. We have one of them, but we'll continue. We'll continue. It's my man. Woo! What's happening, brother?
Yo, Mr. Titan, brother, how are you doing?
How's everything,
Hey,
man?
happy Cinco de Mayo too, man.
Hey, cheers.
Hey, cheers, bro. Cheers.
Hey, tighten up and cheers to anyone who's out there celebrating. Enjoy it, and let them know where they can find you. Just give them a little bit of your information, brother.
Absolutely. With Tennessee Titans Weekly, my cohort, my twin, my partner, he's on his way. He's on his way, man. You can find us on YouTube at Tennessee Titans Weekly, Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly, and on Twitter at Tennessee Titans Weekly 24/7. And we everywhere, man. We bring the hot content, and we've been doing this thing for a while. Especially, I mean, I recognize some people, Al P. Zach Carpenter, man. Hey, the loans, man. Tighten up. In facts, no paper, baby.
Exactly. There you go.
I don't have my boy to do the intro with me, but hey, Mr. Titan, I'm gonna do it. Hey, Mr. Titan.
Yeah.
I got to, man. I got to. So, hey, we here to talk this draft. Ooh. And this is gonna be, interesting. Hey, cheers, Zach. Cheers.
There we go. Everyone in the chat room, cheers. Let everyone know. Look, they're AZ Mix saying, "What's up, everyone?" Tennessee Titans Weekly do great stuff, man. Again, if you guys haven't checked them out, please check them out. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. Look, King Isaac, what's up, brother?
King Isaac. Hey, shout out to Mr. Titan as well, man. We've seen you grow like from this to this, and it's amazing, man. You've not been just a good friend, but hey, Titans Nation as well, and you bring hot fire content. I think I seen an interview that you did with Buck Rising.
Yeah, I did.
It was freaking dope. It was freaking dope, man. I like Buck, man. Buck's pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's not that bad. He's not bad of a dude. You know, at first, like, I didn't, I wasn't too much of a fan of him, but, you know, he grew on me, you know, as the years came, you know, and he's not that bad. And again, like I said, he knows a little bit about football, not too much, but
just a little bit,
just a tiny bit. But let me put this, because we've been chatting away. Like, hold on, let's put this. Boom! Like and subscribe to Mr. Titan and Tennessee Titans Weekly, and we'll just put that Titan draft grades again. The draft came. It went. It was really quick, actually. To be honest, I was in and out. I was just because I was working a lot and stuff like that. Didn't get the chance to see the whole thing. I know I saw. I think the big dog's in the house. Hold on.
Titan upload.
Upload.
Hey, I seen your reaction to the Caleb Farley pick.
It's great.
Hey, that needs to be a meme. It needs to be a meme. Somebody needs to meme it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now completed Tennessee Titans Weekly as we have my buddy and his co-host.
What's up, y'all? What is good, gentlemen? Hello to both of you. Happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody, man.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. If you guys are gonna drink responsibly, please. Like me, I'm gonna stay home, relax, nothing crazy. How you guys doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Can you guys hear me? Am I muffled at all?
You muffled.
Sound like you're going through a tunnel.
Oh man, that sucks, man. Let me check my microphone.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Y'all ready? Check this out. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get this done here.
I need some of what you drinking, Mr. Hey, I need it, man. It looks good.
It is. It's just orange juice. That's all.
That's good stuff. Can you all hear me? Is that better?
There you go. Perfect.
Good. Welcome. Mr. Titan, thank you for inviting us to the show, sir.
Hey, it's an honor to have you guys on. Like I said, been watching you guys for a while, and I told everyone in the chat room, remember to be invested in the chat. I mean,
yes.
Don't worry, we're gonna be talking and stuff, but put your opinions, put your your questions out there. We're gonna answer them as much as possible. He says, looks like, but again, thank you guys for coming on. Like I was telling everyone in the chat room, we're gonna go through each player one by one. We won't give a grade till the very end, almost an overall average on what you guys think. I would like to hear your opinion and stuff like that. But
absolutely.
All right, man. Again, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. And let's start it off, man. Let's start it off with the Tennessee Titans. Everyone wanted. It seemed like everyone and their mother wanted a wide receiver, right? Everyone's calling for it. I mean, AJ Brown said they wanted Elijah Moore. Boom, Elijah Moore. That thing was trending for the past 2 days, right? Yes, we needed a second wide receiver. Obviously, we need a tight end. But being that the Tennessee Titans last year was ranked, 29th almost? 28th?
Yeah, 28th.
28th. I understand that they went defense. I mean, I was happy that they went defense. A lot of people weren't. A lot of people were very upset that we went defense. All right? Now, too bad that they waited to day 3. That's funny.
Right.
So, for the first round, 22nd overall, we pick up cornerback Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. Now, Virginia Tech got some talent. They've been dishing out some really good players over the years and stuff. Now we're gonna go with my man Hawk.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about Caleb? And if this is the right move, what were you thinking that first round?
Well, first I want to say, give a shout out to those that's in the comments. Trilogy Taylor, what's good? Stephen Crocio, LP, tighten up low. What is good, brother? Hello to you, KJ, Michael Rossi, Farsindor, King Isaac, AZ Mick, man. Hey, these guys right here are the reason we do this stuff, man. You guys have always been there. Melody Eisenlohr, what's good? What's happening to you? What is good, man? Hey, hello to all you, Poppy Chulo, Ryan Dodd. What is happening? Jim Lacey, what's good, brother?
There you go.
All right, so let's look at Caleb Farley. Okay, so I know Caleb Farley has COVID right now, right? He's had it twice. He's torn his ACL. He's had 2 back surgeries, not 1, 2, right? Yes, and so originally people would say like, what's up, Durka Time? People would say like, wow, you drafted this guy, right? This high in the first round with those type of injuries and issues. Like his immune system must be on 0 if it was on Madden, right? If immune system was on Madden, IMM would be at 0, right? Okay. All right. I'm going to say those things. Okay. So happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way. Again, I've had my good fun of Cinco de Mayo today. A lot of friends from out of town that come to town, man. We've had a great time. So I would say this. I'm happy with the pick. I am. We need defense. Okay. All I ask everyone to do, exclude the injuries. Okay. Watch the tape. Watch the tape of a young man that has speed. Watch the tape that has someone that has size. Watch the tape that has someone that has confidence. Watch the tape of someone that, based on the fact that we don't have corners. You coming in this year with Chris Jackson, a 7th round pick, and Christian Fulton as your starters right now. That's where you come in. Desmond King is gone. Adoree Jackson is gone. Malcolm Butler is gone, right? Okay. Now, I don't know how healthy Caleb Farley is. They keep saying he'll be ready for the season. And injuries do play a part. Hopefully they can, the medical staff will keep him intact. Okay. That's the issue for Caleb Farley. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's a big issue. But the guy's talented. Okay. So I believe, think about Jeffrey Simmons. He was drafted very low, right? In the first round. Could have been a top 5 pick, but because of injuries. J-Rob seems to like guys that have maybe been injured, but it's like, well, we got a medical staff that can take care. Let's take them to Baptist Sports Medicine up the street by the stadium. Let's get them ready, right? And once they're ready, they'll be good. So for me, I like the pick. I really hope that he's healthy and everything and stays healthy throughout his career. It does concern me. I'm not going to lie to you. The injuries concern me. But I think as a player, you won't hear anyone say his ability is not there. It's there, ladies and gentlemen. How many Cortland Finnegan fans do we have out here? Can anyone say, hey, I'm a Cortland Finnegan fan, right? Now, I know people might say because the way he looks, they look alike, right? This guy who's a little tall, he's a lot taller than Cortland Finnegan. He's 6'1" as a corner. But he reminds you of Cortland Finnegan the way that he plays. He's feisty. He's confident. He fights. He makes plays. He's the best player on the field at Virginia Tech. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Farley was worthy of a first-round pick. Again, the injuries is the problem. I'm just hoping that we can keep him taped up, wrapped up, and ready to go. If he's ready to go, we got to steal. Caleb Farley, if you're listening to the show, welcome. Welcome, Caleb. Welcome to Nashville. Let's go. Tighten up. Let's get it.
There we go, man. Again, he's I think Michael Griffin tweeted that, said he was a Cortland Finnegan 2.0.
Yep.
And it's true, man. I mean, he's I think he did an interview not too long ago talking about Tyreek Hill and stuff and covering him and stuff. He got the confidence. He got the confidence. Yep. Now, yes, he's young. Could be a little bit of arrogance, but at the same time, you want that. You kind of want that, especially in the corner, man.
That's right.
I mean, it's been a long time since we had a lockdown corner. When was the last time? I mean,
Samari Rowe.
That's
long. And here's the thing, I wanted us to get a D tackle, and I apologize to those that watched our show when we said the draft. I was way off. All I wanted was a D tackle at the end of the day. Okay, and when you think about it, it's like, well, we needed a corner because we don't have any corners. We don't have them. We should have drafted maybe 3 corners, right? But we needed a corner. We got what's up, Ross Stevenson? What's up, Stephen Crocio? What's good? Stephanie Perkins, what is happening? So Zach Carpenter, I see you, brother. Ryan Dodd, what's good? So we needed a corner. I think it was a position of need. It's like, who's the best available at this point in time? Oh, it's Caleb Farley. Let's draft him. Let's go. So
yeah, I agree with you. Again, people are talking about, obviously, wide receiver again. What is the bigger need? That's where it comes down to in your pick. What's the bigger need? I think defense overall, we say, was the bigger need compared to the offense. Yeah, we ended up not getting a tight end and stuff like that. I mean, you still have, free agency and stuff like that. But the biggest need, I think, was that 28th ranked defense. Yeah. And a lot of people want that splash, that's, that playmaker, that one. Oh, that's what we want. Again, Julio Jones again. Oh my God. How many times have you heard that already about the Julio Jones? And we'll talk about that later, but I think this was the right move. What do you think?
So for me, when we did our mock draft, I had us taking Boyd Bateman. But when I originally was going through my mock draft, I said, you know what? This is a John Robinson pick. You've seen him with Jeffrey Simmons. He's done it before with Jeffrey Simmons. He's not afraid to pull the trigger. That's one. Number 2, I don't know if everybody knows, but who can tell me there was a player, and I forgot what draft he came out. He had I don't say the similar back problem, but he had back surgery before he got drafted. What player was that? And he's a beast now. He plays for
Hall of Famer at that. I know you're gonna say Hall of Famer at that too.
We saying, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Myles Garrett,
Gronk.
Gronk.
Yep, big Gronk. He had back surgery. So when I heard that, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm kind of okay with it. But when I look at his tape, when I look at Caleb Farley's tape, like Hawk said, he's fast. He has size. He still has to get crisp with the position because he's only been playing DB for 2 years. People got to remember, he was a quarterback in high school, got recruited as a receiver coming out of high school into college. So that's where the speed comes from. And people, if you don't realize, there's a stat going out. He's the top fastest players in the NFL. Who was at the top? Caleb Farley. Second was Tyreek Hill. So he has the speed. Yes. If he can stay healthy, and I'm praying that he stays healthy, we have us a steal, people. And think about it. He can lock that side of the field down, and you can move safety help to the weak side of the field or the weak other side of the field if need be. So you have a potential of not going to say he's a lockdown yet, but you have potential to be a lockdown corner with what we got in Farley. So the pick is amazing. He's physical. He can tackle. I know he didn't have that many tackles in college, yes, but if you go and look at the tape, the Joker can tackle. He's not afraid to hit. He doesn't shy away from one-on-one coverage. Now, he does need to work on his fundamentals when I say get his head around sometimes. I did notice that while watching his tape. He loves to do the Adoree Jackson. I call it the Adoree Jackson, the hand wave, right? So that's something that they'll teach him, they'll coach him. But, I mean, he seems hungry. He seems ready to come out here and play day one. And the famous quote is, hey, every team that passed on me, I'm going to basically moss you. I'm going to Randy Moss you, okay? If you see me, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So I love the energy. I love the confidence. And I love the pick. I mean, I know we needed a receiver. I get that. Like, and if I'm part of the minority when it comes to this draft. I know a lot of the Titans fans didn't like this draft.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that later, but I'm part of the minority. We complained about defense last year. What everybody complained? The defense sucks. The defense sucks. The defense sucks. The defense sucks. We kept complaining. Finally, John said, okay, And defense. Hell, you want defense? We're gonna give you defense. So now you have players that can contribute coming in day one and on special teams. So I'm happy for the pick.
I agree. Me too. Again, it's we got some young corners. It's going to be some growing pains, like anything, you know. But I think it was a solid pickup. I really like the pick. So
get those likes up,
and then
get them likes up.
Yeah,
let's go.
We got. I think J-Rob is confident because of how Simmons turned out. I mean, again, it was a different injury, but you kind of get where he's going with this and stuff like that. Do you think by any chance J-Rob felt like he was under the pressure with this pick, knowing that the last year with Isaiah Wilson? Do you think that had anything to play with? Like he's like, no, I gotta hit this right.
Definitely, he just hit it with the wrong one. Everybody wanted the receiver, but I mean, yeah, you can, yeah, the pressure was on him big time. Definitely,
the pressure was definitely on, man. Absolutely, and J-Rob made some risk, and we'll talk about this as we keep talking about the draft. But yes, the pressure's definitely on because he struck out last year. Okay, he did. So
he did.
I mean, let's admit that, right?
Yeah. Like again, it is what it is. It
is what it is.
He hit and he missed. So
yep. I'll throw this small nugget out there too about Isaiah Wilson. So I have told Jacques many times. I have a friend that, I've told on our show that I had a former teammate of mine whose son played at the University of Georgia. You know who his roommate was? Isaiah Wilson. And friends know friends. And so my friend told me before we drafted him, well, when we drafted him, he's like, Hulk, I'm telling you, I don't know this kid, but my only time I've met him, he has a child mentality. Now that's huge. He told me that. John Robinson, you couldn't see that, brother? Now, he told me this before all this fiasco stuff. Jacques, I shared that with you when we drafted him, right? Yep. I'm not making this up. Watch our show, you'll see it. I was like, hey, I heard he acts like a big child. And that's exactly how he acted. And he's 6'6", 350 pounds on the streets with no job at 21 years old. That's unbelievable. It's a waste of a first round pick, man.
It is. And again, a lot of people are like, oh, just, forget about it. But it's just something, it's still like it gives you a sour taste in your mouth, like the opportunity. Yeah. I mean, it was there, man, for two teams, not just us, Dolphins as well. It sucks. But we'll talk about that later on because apparently we drafted a player that friend. Oh God, we'll talk about that. And I was like, oh God, head scratcher. But again, from Georgia too. Okay. So our next person, second round, 53rd overall, we got Dillon. What's it? Radunz? What is it? I forgot how to say it the first night, and I kind of threw it away.
Yeah, they said it on the show.
Radunz?
I don't remember, man.
Radunz?
Yeah.
Dillon.
Okay. From North Dakota.
Hey Siri, how do you say Radunz, right? I have no idea, man. So
people putting it on the okay. So what do you think about this pick? I think he could eventually start playing for the Titans, being a starter. Again, there's competition, this and that. I mean, he's just a little bit undersized. He needs to, bulk up a little bit, but I love his attitude. Taylor Lewan already welcomed him on Twitter and stuff like that. I think he could be a potential starter in the beginning of the season. Who knows what can happen? I like him. I think he was a really solid pick. Good with the run game, run defense. He's on point. Just needs to be a little bit quicker with the pass game. But other than that, I think for what he's worth and what we got, I think it's a solid pick. You guys, whoever want to jump in.
Go for it, Jacques.
So, and I told Hawk this, and I said this on our show as well. Don't be surprised if John Robinson goes for a bunch of Senior Bowl guys, because that's the only time you really get to watch live, just like players in live action. Two, you can go to games, but they didn't have a combine, they didn't have nothing like that. So,
hello,
I think he froze. Oh. You got a frozen guy. By the way, if by any chance, Hawk, if I freeze and I leave, just take over the show. Like, it's yours. The show is yours too.
I got you. If vice versa, just let me know. I'll text Jacques, let him know he's on freeze mode right now.
He is. But you go ahead. Jump in.
All right. So, what's up, Stephanie Perkins? What's good?
Yeah, she loves it. She loves the pick.
Yeah. All right. So Radunz, I think it was Rossi that said that. I think in the comments, he's like, "Hey, this is how you say his name." I think.
Yeah.
Radunz. Radunz. Okay. So this is what I say about the pick. I've seen tape of this guy. Okay. I like his size. I like his ability. Kind of reminds me of Taylor Lewan. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, some people might say, I'm texting him now. Some people might say that down the road, he might replace Taylor Lewan when contracts are coming to play, right? Yep. Same exact size, same type of mentality. He's a nasty player, okay? And here is the issue that I have. Could he have been available in the third round? Okay, let's look at the optics.
Okay.
He played at North Dakota State. Okay, North Dakota State.
Yes, sir.
FCS school. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, he blocked for Trey Lance. I get that. Cool. In the tape that I saw of Radunz, they have him as a tackle. I think he'd be better fit as a guard. Okay. Now, this is why I say this. He did struggle. Oh, man. He
froze again.
No, Cinco de Mayo. No.
Cinco de Mayo got you, man.
Yep. So here's what I want to say about him. He has ability. The struggle that I've seen with him is in pass blocking. Okay. I think you just mentioned about his run blocking. His run blocking, he's got it down. Mm-hmm. But what is he going to do when he plays against, Myles Garrett, those guys, right? TJ Watt and those guys. Okay. You played against North Dakota Tech, South Dakota State, right? Yep. You played against Idaho A&M, right? Yep. Those, I don't know. Those schools aren't schools, but you get my point, right? Okay. In the Great Plains area. Will he be ready for those guys is the question. At tackle, okay, we need depth. There's three positions where you never have enough players. Offensive line, defensive line, and cornerback, okay? You got to have plenty, okay? Right. But to invest in a second round in this guy where we need a wide receiver, that's the problem that I have. I think this guy could have been available in the third round. If not, pick another tackle, right? It's not the players the position. Mm-hmm. Unless we're cooking up something in the oven that we don't know about, as in maybe signing a Julio Jones, okay? That happens, I'm fine with it. When the season starts, we don't have a free agent receiver, I have a problem with it. I think this could have waited a while before drafting him. I hope he does well. I mean, I hope he does great. Hope he becomes a Hall of Famer in the second round. Definitely. Second round's a high pick to pick a tackle, bro. Okay. When you pick that high, he's going to start at some point. So you're saying to this guy, you will be a starter one day. He's got to adjust. He struggles in pass blocking.
He does.
Foot speed isn't there. Okay, it's not. I'm telling you, I've watched enough tape. He has good frontal speed. He's nasty. On the outside is where he struggles. He's very heavy-footed, and anyone that can go around him, even in some games that I saw against Idaho, he has some struggles. Okay, so he has to work that out. So I like the player. I don't know if I would draft him in the second round. That's just my opinion. What about for you, bro?
So your opinion is that you would have gone for wide receiver instead, because you could have picked up a tackle or maybe say later on. Okay.
So here's the thing. We got Kendall Lamb at right tackle. Yeah. I don't know if that resolves the issue. We do need a right tackle. And shout out to Zach Carpenter. You are correct, sir. You are. The question I have for you is, do we need more of a right tackle or a wide receiver this year? This year. Okay. We have Kendall Lamb. We signed him to a free agent contract. Okay. And
technology, man.
I don't know. He's not a bad player. I just think it's very high to pick him at this point. Get your receiver. We had Amari Rodgers out there. We had Elijah Moore out there. We had De'Ami Brown out there. We had receivers that were available. Pick me. I'm here. And we didn't do that. So I like the player. It's a little too high for right now for me. That's just my opinion. What's up, Jacques? What's up, bro?
I'm back, man. My computer, and there was a beer run, so I had to run to the store real quick and get some. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo. You can go ahead and elaborate. I mean, Hawk was giving us some good pointers. He was saying that he would have drafted maybe – he's a good player, but he would have drafted someone else that we needed. But again, last year, our offensive line was all banged up. I mean, Taylor Lewan couldn't stand on one leg in if he wanted to.
Good point.
But I get your point, though. I do understand. And I think everyone was shooting for wide receiver, because there were so many out there.
We got Ty Sembrello out there, right?
And
then who's the guy that played as a third round? The third backup was
not Quisenberry.
Quisenberry. You're correct. Quisenberry, right?
So
and they did a pretty good job.
I
like Josh Reynolds. I do. You have Josh Reynolds and AJ Brown. Then who else?
And that's the thing. It's not like we're docking Josh Reynolds. It's just
right.
When it comes down to someone locking down AJ Brown, then who's gonna step up?
Facts, no paper, sir.
So I originally, when the pick happened, and me and Hawk were on the phone actually, and we said, man, it seemed like we're gonna get a tackle here. And it happened. I was like, oh shit.
I thought it was gonna be the first round, to be honest with you. I thought he was gonna go back with the first round.
But I kind of knew. But my thing is, I'm like, oh, why sign Lamb? Why get rid of Kelly? But I understand the money aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards off a band-aided line. Now, I went back and I looked at the pick and I said, okay, I like the kid. He has good upside. He will eventually, probably sooner than later, become a starter. Right tackle Taylor Lewan better watch out because his contract year is coming up soon. So we need to free up money. Money's open. So I'm seeing what the Titans are doing at this point. I'm like, okay, draft him for future. They're getting ready to basically replace these players because that's what they do. Now, this kid was at the Senior Bowl. Went back, looked at the Senior Bowl. Hey, Patrick Jones. I mean, he was locking people up, and I knew it. I said, okay. When I went and looked at his tape, I said he blocked for Trey Lance. We know how Trey Lance was. I said, okay, this kid is not bad. I just don't like where we picked him. And if we wouldn't have picked him, imagine the Colts would have got him. Now imagine the Colts drafting him and putting him on that line that they already have, a beast of a line.
Jeez.
So the Titans probably thought, okay, if we don't pick him up, our enemy, our divisional, we're gonna have to face this joker 2 times a year. So I kind of took and I logically broke it down. I took my emotions out of it. I said, okay, I see what they're doing. They're drafting for the future. They're drafting players, but we need receivers. We need a receiver where, like you said, you could have got up there and went up there and got Rodgers. I know I even would have took the house, man, trade up to get Elijah Moore. I've been screaming for Elijah Moore since day one of the draft in this whole process. I told Hawk, I said, go check out Elijah Moore. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast. But Reynolds, I'm not sleeping on him either. He's hungry. But my problem is if AJ Brown gets hurt, we got a receiver room that's iffy. I mean, we're not scoring 30-some points a game this year, people. Unless I'm not panicking right now. I'm still waiting for this thing to play out because we can trade for a receiver, we can trade for a tight end. We'll talk about Julio.
He got stuck again.
Jacques, your computer is enjoying Cinco de Mayo right now, bro.
He's having a rough time, but it's true. At the same time, you never know what's happening behind the scenes, right? We don't know if the Colts were on the brink of getting this guy, and that's why the Titans maybe jumped and got him. Because again, it's a weird move. Again, John Robinson, we all know already from that he likes to take risk and stuff, and he doesn't care as long as he's getting what he needs and stuff like that. So again, did the pick surprise me? No.
Right.
But Zach Carpenter said, get off that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Hey, I can't front. I've had many issues like that too, man. So it pisses you off when it happens. Like, man,
you know what? I'm surprised it hasn't happened. It always happens to me. On that's why I already told you. It happened on Titans and Truth. I was on. I got frozen again. Like I said, if it happens, hey, it's your time to shine. But again,
that's right.
Dirk of Time says our defense was so trash last year. We had to make that priority, which is true.
That's right.
It's very true.
That's a fact.
It is.
Correct.
Absolutely. And people that were upset because we were drafting defense. I mean, it's weird. You have people complain because the defense sucks last year, but then you try to get pieces and they still flip out. It's like it's not a win-win. It's never. I mean, people are never satisfied, but again,
Never. That's right. That's right. I'm texting him now, like, man, hey, do you know you froze out, bro? That's all good, man.
It's all right. We'll get him on, and then now we'll talk about the one that's fun to talk about. Here we go.
Yes.
So,
okay. All right.
Round, 92nd overall, we get inside linebacker Monty Rice from Georgia. Again, everyone hears Georgia, they freak out. They're like, oh no, not another player from Georgia. Again, you can't just because there's one bad apple doesn't mean might be a second. There might be a second, but apparently is this the one that he's friends with Isaiah Wilson?
So
go ahead. Take it away.
I live in Nashville, Tennessee, the home of the Tennessee Titans, right? Vanderbilt University is here in Nashville. And where is Vanderbilt? In SEC country, okay? So we watch SEC games all the time, okay? SEC is all we see. As I mentioned as well, there was a guy on University of Georgia's team that, that I've seen when he was even a newborn up to this point, who actually got picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs as a free agent. So I saw a lot of University of Georgia games, okay? Monty Rice is a hell of a player. He makes a lot of tackles, okay? Watch the tape. Georgia had like 10 of their 11 players got drafted or at least getting a free agent opportunity in the NFL, okay? Georgia had a great defense over the last 4 years. Monty Rice is one guy that has been there. I like Monty Rice. He kind of reminds you of Rashaan Evans. Now, the way he plays. Rashaan Evans is taller. Rashaan Evans is bigger. Monty Rice is not really that big of a linebacker. He's kind of size challenged. Kind of reminds you of a mixture of Jayon Brown and David Long in a way, right? But he makes a lot of plays. He's not very fast and not really good in pass coverage. Now, he makes a lot of tackles.
I heard that.
So for me, here's the issue that I have. I like Monty Rice, okay? Why did we trade up to get this guy?
I agree.
Okay?
And
if you're going to trade up to get this guy, right? I mean, he's got to be a better player linebacker. Now, Rashaan Evans did not get his fifth player option upped. So that's interesting. I'm not surprised, right? It's kind of like, Rashaan, you need to do a little bit better, bro. You're a first-round pick. You need to step it up next year. You ball out, we might pay you what you want, right?
Yeah.
He has underperformed last year. He did. I think it may not be the players, the defensive scheme that we have. We're a 3-4 defense, okay?
I think so.
I really think we're a better 4-3, right? And I think that would make him be better in space where he doesn't have to guard receivers and tight ends. That's where he struggles. That's where Rashaan Evans struggles when he's in space. Up front, he makes all tackles. He struggles in that regard. Are they looking at Monty Rice to replace this guy? I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope you don't expect a third-round pick to replace a first-round pick.
Okay. I think that's what a lot of people are going for too, as well. They said maybe later on down the line. I mean, that's what the Tennessee Titans supposedly that's the setup. If that's why they declined it. Who knows? But go ahead.
Yeah. So again, I like the player. Monty Rice can be an NFL. I don't think he's a superstar linebacker. I do think he can make plays, special teams, in situations, right? But I wouldn't expect him to be like a Devin White or nothing like that. I mean, I just think that Monty Rice, we should not have traded up so much to pick up this guy, okay? We don't have a choice but to play him because we need linebackers too. We need depth, okay? So he will get an opportunity. We shall see what he does. Again, he's a tackler. He makes tackles. But I think the challenge for him in the NFL would be about speed. Can he cover the tight ends when it's needed based on our defense? That's going to be a struggle. Can he cover in space? We shall see. He's not a big linebacker. He runs around, but we shall see. So I like the player.
But not the position to pick.
Exactly. I think third, fourth round is good, but you gave a lot to get him where you could have got a wide receiver.
There's actually a couple, and I think it's the next pick as well. Again, it was a questionable call. And why did I think we traded up to again pick him up where we could have actually probably would have fallen to us as well. But
that's right. And you know what's so interesting about Monty Rice? He's from Alabama, northern Alabama, the Huntsville area, which is only about an hour and a half from Nashville. He grew up as a Titans fan. So I do like that part of him, right?
That's cool. Yeah, it is.
That's
We had
cool.
the
He
picture.
had pictures of him as a kid, as a Titans fan. So I think that's awesome. You know what I mean? So it's in his blood to play here, and that's cool. We'll see how it translates on the field. Hey, I wish nothing but luck for him. I just feel like we traded a lot to get him, and we'll see. We'll see what's up.
I'm back.
It's all right, John. What do you think about
Monty Rice,
man?
I understand why they did it. Rashad Evans, they didn't pick up his fifth-year option, and they're looking for that replacement. He has good speed, has okay size. One thing I do like, he can tackle. And Georgia, remember people, Georgia puts out good linebackers, so they do have a good pedigree of putting out linebackers. For some reason, I'm not panicking like the rest of the fan base. I'm not going to do that because there's a method behind John Robinson's madness. Now, he always tends to be unbalanced. He usually will get this position and load up on this position versus this position. And it's like, hey, you're super unbalanced. When is the time we're going to get unbalanced? So when I'm looking at this pick, I'm like, okay, it's a Rashad Evans insurance pick because Rashad Evans is going to be gone next year. He digressed. With him digressing like that, that's what really hurt him. So for what we went up to get him, and Vrabel's a linebacker. He's a defensive-minded coach. Likes linebackers. Made sense. He went up and got his guy. So was I in love with it? No, because I really thought we should have got a receiver there. But at that point in time, I kind of knew. I said, okay, we're going with Reynolds. They see something else that they want to go, so we're gonna have to win what we got. And I'm looking at it in that lens of, all right, because if I was playing and I'm looking at this, I'm like, hey, we just got to win what we got. I'm sorry. Yeah. I want a receiver. I know Aaron Rodgers is out there acting, and rightfully so. He's acting a fool right now. But I get it. But in the same breath, I'm like, hey, if you want to win now, you need to go out and get players to win now. So we don't know what's up their sleeves. Do I like the pick? It's okay. I mean, for what we got, it's okay. It's an okay pick. He's quick. I know he's fast. I know that for a fact. He just needs to be coached up, and he just needs some coaching. And once he learns the game and it slows down for him, hey, he should be okay. But
now, what Hawk was saying, do you kind of give Rashad Evans kind of the benefit of the doubt? Maybe it's the scheme because again, he was digressing. I mean, maybe a 4-3 would be a little bit better. Do you give him a chance? Is that what? Like, how's that work?
I would like to see him with his hand in the dirt. When he was at Alabama, he had his hand in the dirt. I would love to see Rashad Evans rush the passer. He's aggressive enough to rush the passer. I think they should give him a chance to rush the passer. You're trying to turn somebody into something they're really not. And that same with Clowney. Clowney wasn't really a scheme fit. He's a 4-3 DN. He's not really a 3-4 defense outside linebacker. So that's my thing. That's why I'm like, hey, maybe it's not a scheme fit, but at the same time, it's like, hey, Rashad, this is the year you need to step up and do what you got to do. But, I mean, yes, to me, I would like to see his hand in the dirt. So maybe they'll do that. I don't know if they will, but maybe they will.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Again, time will only tell, right? That's the only thing. All right. Let's keep going. Third round, 100th, we get defensive back Elijah Molden from Washington. Now this pick, I think everyone agreed that it was a really, really good pick. Might be one of probably the best picks in the draft, in my opinion. What do you guys do? Go ahead, Hulk. What's up? Go ahead. Oh, you take it. Wait, you take it. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Mr. Titan. Facts.
Yes, there we go.
Facts.
Absolutely.
No paper. Facts. No paper.
I think he's my favorite. I think he's my favorite.
I've told Jacques the exact same thing. Where we picked him as a third-round pick, this is my favorite pick of the draft based on position and based on where we drafted him, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, watch the tape. Elijah Molden, what I like about him is the fact, you can clearly tell it on the field, he's a leader, okay? Yeah. He doesn't back down, okay? He leads by example on the field, and he leads by how he plays. He's going to get playing time immediately, right, as a slot corner. He's going to be on the field, so be ready. Because, again, we don't have a lot of depth at corner. He will be out there. When you watch film of him at the University of Washington, he was the best player on that defense, okay? He was a guy that made the ocean move was Elijah Molden. Okay. The only reason why Elijah Molden didn't get picked higher because of two reasons. His size, because he's very small, he's 5'9", and he ran a 4.6 in the 40. Okay. That's why he didn't get drafted high. But the one thing about Elijah Molden is not so much about vertical speed. For him, if you watch the tape, he tackles very well. He plays the slot corner very well. He covers space very well. He knows how to play football. And those are intangibles that you can't coach. Just because you're fast doesn't mean you can play football. Just because you're 6'2" at corner doesn't mean you can play football. This guy has those intangibles. And again, he's been coached very well, and he knows how to play on the field. So the thing about Molden that I like, again, is not a worry of him making the team. He'll make the team, and he'll get to play. So it's just a matter of him making those plays, right? And I think that he will. I think, again, you got a smart guy. If you watch the tape, you can see he's the leader on the field. That'll translate into the NFL, especially the fact that we don't have a lot of corners. So a young Christian Fulton, young. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Farley's a rookie. He's a rookie. I mean, they're going to be young guys learning. So he's not really under anyone's wing. He's under his own wing. He's got a jackrabbit out there in Janoris Jenkins. But I do think he will get an opportunity to play. Welcome, Elijah Molden. The best pick of the draft, if you ask me, for us in this draft pick, for where he was picked. Welcome.
I agree completely. Again, I think everyone's agreed. Again, the player recognition, his IQ, it's just great football IQ. I think, again, like you said, I think this was the steal of the draft. Again, I like Farley, and I didn't mind Dillon as well. But when this guy came along, I was like, that was a hell of a pick. What do you think?
So definitely, it's still. His dad played in the NFL too. I think he was I think the '96 draft he played. He got drafted to the Saints, so he has the pedigree already. He's been groomed already for this spot in this time in his life. And with Molden, looking at the tape, I'm not a big 40 guy because we see what John Ross did. Fastest 40 in history and didn't do nothing. So I'm all about the tape. I'm all about what can you do on the field at that time. That's what I like to see. And what I've seen on the field is he's aggressive. He's a hitter. He can hit you, right? He plays the ball very well. He's very smart. Play recognition is very, very smart. I would say about most of the draft, matter of fact, all the draft picks we got, they're football guys, high IQ in football, and they're ready to play football, and they're team guys. That's one thing I do like. You don't have really too much knuckle. We got one knuckle here, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But with Molden, I like his upside. You can plug him in day one, put him in that slot, and he'll take care of it. As Zach Carpenter says, play recognition is amazing. You can even plug him into safety. You can push him back into safety. I forgot what analyst compared him to Buda Baker and Tyrann Mathieu, but he has their height and he has their tenacity. So when I seen the tape, I was immediately excited. I said, okay, I like this pick better than I like the Caleb Farley pick because he's a complete corner and he's a 4-year starter. Remember, these are 4-year starters. The kid before from Georgia, a 4-year starter. The kid from the tackle we picked up, a 4-year starter. These are smart players. I've told Hawk this plenty of times. If I was drafting a player, my ideal player is a 4-year starter because he has football under his belt. He's played football for 4 years. He understands the game. If he's in a pro system, he understands the game. So with you being a 4-year starter, you put that product on the field. I don't have to teach you as much day one. With you coming out your junior year, and you've only had two years of football under your belt, we have a problem. And I got to come here and show you how to do this, that, and the third. So I feel like it's an upgrade from what we've had last year corner-wise, and it's just amazing pick, and he can contribute on special teams. So Molden is going to be – he's going to be a steal, man. I'm excited about this pick. This pick was amazing, man. I jumped out of my seat when we got this pick.
Yeah, I agree. And Damon, tighten up, brother. All right.
Tighten up. Damon Bev, what's good, bro? Zach Carpenter, what is good?
Ryan, Steven, thank you. Again, guys, keep Ryan putting stuff on the comment. Ask questions. Don't worry. I'll try not to interrupt them when they're talking and stuff, but when we have a chance, I'll put it up. I'll ask, look right here. Zach Carpenter asked Logan Ryan 2.0. What do you guys think?
He's a little feisty than Logan. He's more physical than Logan.
Logan's chill.
He's the best. I feel like Molden is more. I'm gonna talk in your face. I'm gonna smack in your lip, and I'm gonna make you feel it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Darker Time, what's good, man? What's happening? Who else we got? T-Town Brown. What is good, man? What is good, guys?
Yeah.
Good hearing from you guys, man.
It's good, especially the chat right now is live. Again, guys, remember, if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, do me a favor. Just hit the like button. That's all you have to do. Remember?
That's a hell of a point by Darker Time, by the way. That's a hell of a comment. That's a fact about Malcolm Butler being our only energy guy out there. That is a fact. Mm-hmm. People slept on Malcolm Butler. People don't realize how good of a season he had last year, man, for us, bro. Facts.
He was the best player on defense.
No question about it. No question about it.
He just brought the A game, man. He brought
Darker Time had another comment that was just facts. That's facts, Darker. That is facts. He said Farley is Logan Ryan 2.0. That's If I got to compare somebody to Logan Ryan, hey, Farley's a little bit physical too. But remember this, guys, too. We also have our last year's pick as well in Christian Fulton. So remember, last year they didn't get a preseason, guys. They didn't get a preseason. They just got thrown into the fire.
They didn't get a training camp. This year, I think with what's going to happen with all the COVID stuff and everything slowly going back, I think the Titan media will be allowed. I think they'll be a little bit easier. I think they'll have the training. I don't think the fans will be allowed to go in just yet, just to be, the NFL just kind of be on the safe side, but they'll have reporters, but they will have training camp, which is fine. And again, we'll have 3 preseason games now, right? Because
Yep.
So
War
again,
Dad was good.
Yeah. So again, it's nice that and you have to remember, like you said, Jock, they didn't have training camp at all, and it shows. Look, all the injuries also as well. You never realize how important training camp was, or the preseason game, even though people complain about the preseason game, but it helps the players out tremendously. So
Yep.
What's the name? It says, why on earth did we trade up for a wide receiver that nobody had on their charts? And we'll get to that in a second. Butler had everything, man. He had everything. I give Malcolm Butler in the beginning of the season. I kind of, not that I didn't give him shit, but I mean I was just like, I don't know, but he proved me wrong, man. He was a dog. He was a dog to the very end. So Farley's going to be a high level. We have speed now. Facts, no paper.
Facts, no paper, AZ Mick. I see you, bro.
I agree. I like both. They're a great pickup. And you know what? Again, it's going to help our defense completely because, man, the defense was struggling last year, fellas. It was
defense
rough.
Was trash, dude.
Well, think about this. All right, here's the kind of analysis. I forgot who I was talking to when I was explaining this. So that year, was it 2 years ago, when we had that run in the Patriots, then we went to Baltimore. When you watched the game, right, the defense, did you question the defense at all that year? No, right? But last year,
not as much at all. I tell you this, I question more the players more than the coaching. The coaching is what I didn't question. The coaching, I was like, we got that. Just because of coaching.
You're right.
Yep.
Now, last year, the defense, we could be up. I almost felt like I was back in the day with the Titans defense. We couldn't keep a lead, man. I felt like it was like flashbacks again. I was like, oh shit, we're back to that again, where we have a lead. All of a sudden, 4 minutes and we had 2 touchdowns, and it was bad. So the defense now, again, yes, everything looks good on paper. Hopefully, Farley, is healthy, this and that. But as of right now, the defense, you could say, is better from last year. Again, right? That's it.
You know what? I totally agree with that, and it's especially on the defensive line. I feel like, it's just my opinion, I feel like we've gotten better on the defensive line. I feel like we can rush the passer. At this point, you're dealing with he's a rookie defensive coordinator, but I mean, that's what you're going to deal with now. But bringing in Jim Schwartz, it brings in that maturity. It brings in that experience. and it brings into where he can teach and he can mold Shane to be like, hey, you might not want to do this, you might not want to do that. And even with the offense, I'm not going to judge the offense right now. People, I don't like doing that because we can all be wrong and be like, all of a sudden Reynolds turns out to be. Let me ask you this, people. What if Reynolds turns out to have 1,500 yards? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just hypothetically speaking. What if he has 1,500 yards and maybe like 5 or 6, 7 touchdowns, and all of a sudden you having to pay him and you got to steal? All of a sudden we got pie in our face. It's like, okay, well, we complain about a receiver. Yeah. And all of a sudden they knew the whole time. Remember, this is their job. They know what they're doing. That's why I'm upset, but then I logically sit back and think, I'm like, the defense has gotten a lot better with Bud Dupree. Bringing in Autry was my biggest. I mean, I love the Autry pick. I think I love the Autry pick more than I love the Bud Dupree pick because I feel like he's an upgrade over Daquan Jones. Yep. Remember, Vrabel said we want to get better. We need better players. I feel like we've gotten better players. Titans Nation.
Players that want to play football.
Exactly.
Players that love football.
Exactly.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Now, you think that if Shane Bowen does bad or he starts off a little rough, you think what's his name is going to kind of step in, and you think that was the purpose? A lot of people are saying that too. They're saying, hey, Jim Schwartz is there just in case, it happens. Be like, hey, Jim, handle it. Do you think you agree with that or not?
I actually expect that. I don't expect him starting out on Blaze. I mean, this thing is a life. You know what I mean? He's not gonna know what he's doing early. It's a learning process. I'd rather him learn earlier than later, right? To be it's all good, and all of a sudden, when you really need him to make the right defensive plays in his playoff time, and he's like, I have no idea what to do, and we mess up. I'd rather him do that early in the season. Okay, so I expect it. I don't expect us to just be, oh my gosh, just blazing off the rip on defense early. I think it's going to take time to adjust because we're a total different defense, right?
Yep. Okay? Yep. They're gonna have to communicate with each other, especially the DBs and stuff. I mean, it happens.
Right. That's correct. So I've been of the belief before the playoffs started. I was like, one team that could probably win the Super Bowl is Tampa Bay, and so they did. And so I think a lot of teams always carbon copy the Super Bowl winner. And it's like, we finally found the way to stop Patrick Mahomes and those guys, right? Is to have an unbelievable front seven. Your DBs can be average. As long as those guys can rush the pass and stop the run, your DBs, hey, just hold them just long enough. We got it. Let's get wild. Let's get crazy. I think that's what the Titans are trying to do. That's why we haven't really picked up big free agent corner. I mean, we got Janoris Jenkins, but, I don't think it's been heavy heat on that. It's like, let's shore up our front seven. Let them ball out. Let's get wild, and your DBs can kind of just do whatever. Because last year we put a lot of money on our DBs. Okay, that's the total. We let all of them go. Every single one of them is gone except Byard.
But the line was horrible. The line was horrible.
The line was terrible.
The line was horrible.
The line was terrible. Terrible. So
and then people get on. Then people get on Kevin Byard again. I'm not defending, but again, it's because you put too much pressure on the DBs.
That's right.
It's only so much they can do.
That's a fact.
They can do.
Don't hold it so long. I mean,
that's a fact.
You have these people. You have these wide receivers. They were below past me, and luckily that you can control them for even 5-7 seconds. But yet they complain because he was wide open. Well, shit, you try covering him.
Think about this too, y'all. Maybe we drafted for our division as well. You think about the Colts got Carson Wentz. You don't know what he's going to do on the Frank Rice. He can ball out on the Frank Rice. So how do you defend that? You got to show up your defense.
Yep.
That's how I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, maybe we drafted these players because they see something that's coming down the pipeline that we don't see. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. So when I logically peel back the onion, I'm like, you know what? Makes sense. We need players. I mean, think about it. Even with the tackle pick. What did the Colts do with their first 2 picks? Kwity Paye, and it was another D lineman that they picked.
Lineman. Carlos Basham. Was that him?
It was Basham. I had him mocked to us.
Right.
I had Basham mocked to us. So what you did was you drafted 2 defensive linemen. So how do we come back and we playing chess? Oh, you know what? Let's draft our future tackle.
Yep.
Especially, I think Wentz is going to be a toss-up, It's
right.
You don't know what you're going to get. And I still, regardless, Jacksonville got Trevor Lawrence, but Jacksonville is going to be good eventually in a couple of years. Right now, there is growing pains and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I still think to this day it's going to be the Colts and Titans for the division.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, again, it's going to be like that. They're going to be the thorn on our side.
Yep.
It's going to happen, and it all kind of depends. To be honest with you, I think it depends on Carson Wentz. What type of Carson Wentz shows up, and that's what's going to define the season.
Yep.
Let's hope we get the trash Carson.
Yeah. I want that one. That's why I'm going for it.
And you know what, y'all? Honestly, I mean, when you look at the division, it should not be hard to win this division. It's not that big of a challenge. It really isn't.
Hey, we let them in. We always let them in.
Hey, we need to win our division. Our schedule is tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's tough. We need to win our division to get in the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah. That's right.
All right. Again, people, thank you for the comments. So I thought we were picking
Get the mics up.
Yeah. We got Steven. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. Yeah. Farley's the fastest in the NFL who will cover plays like Tyreek Hill. Farley has talked about it. Somebody didn't do their homework. That was Bookable Beast says, what do you think about picking up Brady White and Brian Hill? And we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But yeah, Brady White was I think he was a quarterback from Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. It was Memphis. Yeah.
Memphis, right? So again, it's just competition, and that's one thing we'll talk about later is that our backup QB situation still.
Yep.
Tannehill go down.
If Ryan Tannehill goes down, this is going down.
Man.
This is going faster than the Titanic. I'm telling you, this is going to be rough.
That's right.
I agree. It's a lot of.
Woodside. No, I'm not. No, I can't. Woodside.
Hey, get ready for 3-13. You're picking in the top 5.
Hey, cheers to Woodside because I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. We can't put our hands with the ball in the hands of Woodside. That's
We'll end up at some point in the preseason, man. We'll end up probably signing a free agent quarterback, man. Somebody on the roster.
Well, let me say this: we said we had to draft a receiver, and they didn't do it. So
you're right on that. You're right on that one too. You know what?
At this point, I don't know, man. They probably might roll with Woodside.
Because we got Deshaun Kaiser's our third quarterback. That's not saying a lot.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I was about to say. Hopefully, he is. But the news is what it is. It wasn't. It was. Dude.
Okay.
Okay. Good stuff. Salmon Salva. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, my bad.
Brady White will make backup. He's a slinger and has great personality.
I hope.
That's the only thing we could do.
I'm sorry. I don't put a lot of merit in free agents, guys, quarterbacks, guys. You have one Tony Romo every 30 years, man. Name me an NFL quarterback that was a free agent that's balling right now. I'm waiting to hear that answer. Most quarterbacks that are balling, 80% are first-round picks. So
or 7th round, Tom Brady.
That's one every 30 years.
Whatever. That's
Gardner Minshew has
30 years.
Yeah. So
every quarterback in our division is a first-round pick. Every quarterback.
Yeah. And apparently, I mean, they're Clemson Tigers except Wentz, but I mean, we got something against Clemson now because I don't even know if Watson's gonna play. I
know, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't play, Houston may not win a game.
I agree.
That is true. I think we should have a sweep. I mean, we should, but you never know. Again, knock on wood. I don't want to speak too early. So 4th round. This is the one that gets a little tricky. On a 109, we get Dez Fitzpatrick from Louisville. Now, we traded for him to pick him up. I don't know how I feel about this pick. I really don't. But again, I had to look him up. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I had to look. I'm like, who the hell is Dez Fitzpatrick? I had to look him up. I really don't know. Again, I don't want to speak too early, but could he be a second wide receiver? I don't know. Talk to me. Someone talk to me. Let me know.
So with this, and when it happened, I mean, we asked for a receiver. We did. We asked for a receiver. We did.
And we got two. We got two.
It was like, okay. So I was like Mr. Titan. I said, you know what? Let me do my homework. Again, a 4-year starter at the Senior Bowl. Okay. People don't know that. If you go back and watch our other show, this is what I said. Senior Bowl, Senior Bowl, Senior Bowl, Senior Bowl. I think 6 of our 8 picks was from the Senior Bowl or a senior, whatever. With Dez, he has some work to do. And Rob Moore, he does good at developing talent. I give him that. But let me give a positive. Let me say this, okay? A positive. One thing I like is measurables. I think he's 6'1" or 6'2", 207 or whatever. Okay. Nice size. What I seen on tape is he can break tackles. That's one thing I did like about him. Okay. He's not the fastest guy, but he has a nice stride to him. So I noticed that as well. He does drop balls, so I will say that.
Well, he wasn't the primary with Corey Davis, man.
He wasn't the primary receiver in Louisville, so that's another thing. So that's something we're gonna look at. He's a project. And did I like the pick? No, but I understand. I mean, let me take it back. I don't understand why we went after him when we could have got another receiver. And like I said, I'm looking at this as a glass half full. I'm taking the emotion out of it. And I'm trying to look at it on a logical level. And I'm learning that in life. Stop putting emotion in everything and look at it in a logical perspective. So I'm looking at this kid and I'm like, okay, he needs some work. I even looked at him at the Senior Bowl. He doesn't, when he's getting off his routes, it takes him a while for his routes to develop. Now, I can say that was a complaint from me about Corey Davis. Early in his career, when he will come off his routes, it'll take him time for his route to develop. He wasn't as quick when he coming out of his breaks. Same thing with this kid. He's a project, people. And for a 4th round pick, I expect you better start sometime. You better be out there doing something because we didn't trade up. We didn't get rid of the house just to pick you up and just so you can sit on the bench, even to play special teams. So I expect him to get some PT time. And I expect him he better do something. And this is where John Robinson kind of looks iffy. Now, I will say this to play devil's advocate. John Robinson usually hits on picks 2 through 7. Or let me say this, 2 through 5, okay? Jonnu Smith, Kevin Byard, Derrick Henry.
He's good with the 2nd round. I mean, he got A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry.
He's cold
with the 3rd round too, man.
Hey, 3rd round, Jayon Brown.
Brown.
He's pretty decent. So I'm like, maybe you see something that we don't see, and maybe you seen something at the Senior Bowl. Now, he did have an okay Senior Bowl. He's one of those receivers that can come back to the ball. That's one thing I do love about him. When it's time to come back to the ball, he comes back to the ball. He never stops on his routes. He keeps going. That's one thing I do love. So don't be surprised if once he starts playing, he reminds me of a Tajay Sharp, who when Tajay Sharp, we needed a 3rd and 15, he converted a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 3. He's one of those possession receivers where when you need a play, he'll make a play. But don't expect him to be like a 15, or the 10, 8 catch guy. That's just what I see on film.
Gotcha. And a lot of people, again, on the chat room, I mean, this is the question that would always come up. Why did we trade up for this guy? You know, why are we trading up for a project is my main issue. Yeah. Which completely, Trilogy Taylor, I understand you completely. Why?
Darker time.
Yeah.
He said he was solid with Lamar Jackson. He was solid.
So, Mr. Titan, I looked at the Webster Dictionary.
Okay.
Of the word remorse. Okay. It is deep regret or guilt for a wrong committed. That's what remorse means. Okay. I think this was a remorse pick to say, you know, guys, we drafted all these players, but you know, we hadn't drafted a receiver yet, man. I feel bad. So let's just trade up and get a receiver. Whatever they have on the board is the best receiver available. Let's just draft them. This was a remorse pick. Okay? All right. Now, let me tell you what's weird about Dez Fitzpatrick. First, he's not a Dez Bryant, nor is he even Ryan Fitzpatrick in wide receiver. Okay. All right. So let me throw that out there. But what I will say is this. He averaged 19 yards a catch in his college career. Okay. And what's so weird was he's not super fast. He's got good size, and people are saying he should be a slot receiver. I feel like being on the outside would probably be the best for him. As weird as it sounds, he's not really good in space or even on short routes to cut up the field and do something. For some reason, he did very well in the deep ball. It's weird, right?
Yep.
And when you see him even in the Senior Bowl, I watch tape over him a lot. I think his route running is below average, actually. He runs very high. Doesn't have good feet. Catches the ball very well. But I think a good corner would jam him up.
Oh.
Okay. So
it would tear
him up. So, if you're gonna draft a project in the 4th round, you draft a Tyreek Hill. Okay. Someone with top class speed. There has to be something about a guy that's a project. Antonio Gates, right? That's a project. He was undrafted. Okay. Those are Taysom Hill for the Saints. That's a project. Okay. It's like, okay, we drafted this guy. We didn't draft this guy as a specialty because there's one thing he does that's unbelievable. Like in Madden, Tyreek Hill is probably 100 in speed. Okay. I don't know if Fitzpatrick has even a 75 in anything. So this was a remorse pick. Okay. I think it was more like, man, we missed all these receivers. We got to draft a receiver. They're gonna be on us tough if we don't at least get a receiver. So I would say, man, I don't know if we should have traded up to get this guy. I like the ability, the fact that for some reason he gets the ball deep. For some reason, his deep ball receiving yards is incredible. It's weird. I don't know how that translates into the league. I think he actually might struggle making the team, especially if we pick up Julio Jones. Where does he fit in this? Okay, you have, A.J. Brown.
Who's the third receiver?
What's that? Who's the third receiver? I mean, it say we have Julio Jones and it's Reynolds, right? It really depends on who's coming onto the team. If no one comes to the team, he has a high chance of making the team. But if we have one or even 2 free agents, it's going to be tough for him unless he knows how to make tackles on special teams. This pick was weird for me. I actually think this was the weirdest pick that we made in the draft.
I agree.
Yep. So you know what? Also, to add to that, with Fitzpatrick, I'm reading something now. He led their team with 833 yards. And like you said, Hawk with 19. Like you said, it's a weird pick. And then the quarterback that was throwing to him, Time mentioned it. He said he was better when he was with Lamar Jackson. Makes sense. It's when whoever's throwing you the ball as well can make you. But you got to get there. You got to get out there and run your routes as well.
Questions, y'all. I have to look at that. So
I do too.
Lamar Jackson's been in the league for 4 years. So was Dez Fitzpatrick a true freshman or something when he was the receiver? I'd have to.
He was a 4-year starter. So that tells me when you're a 4-year starter and you come out as a true freshman starting, that's something special about you. Like I said, like I'm with you. It's a weird pick. I'm hoping and wishing that he'll come out, but we'll see. And this is why I'm glad we're having a training camp this year, because when you start hearing about buzz with people in training camp, you know you have something special. But with this pick, I wouldn't have traded the house for him. I mean, I would have thought he would have failed, but the Titans kept saying that somebody was about to go and pick him. I was like, wasn't he projected to like the 6th or 7th round? I don't
know. And I know J-Rob was saying that he came out with that statement saying that he wanted blockers for receivers as well.
He does do that.
Yeah, he does.
But
he does.
That's like
he got good size. I mean, his size is nice. I would give him that, but he's not the fastest. Yeah. People, I'll just say, go if you had it, go look at tape on him. And Amar, we're gonna talk about him in a minute. But go look at tape. Go check the tape out. Go look at the Senior Bowl tape. He made plays in the Senior Bowl. It shocked me. I'm looking at when we picked him, I was expecting to see trash. I was like, okay, this dude is trash. He's gonna be. And then I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, he's making plays here or there. I say he's a poor man's Tajay Sharp, because Tajay Sharp did the same thing for us. He wouldn't make plays here and there. Remember, people, at one point in time, he was our number 1 receiver. So remember, our receiver room has been trasher. It's been trash.
It has.
It's been trash. It's just, I guess we wanted a receiver so bad.
A flashy. That's what it is.
Yeah,
now, do you think that our receiving core right now, you think our receiving core is better than last year's?
No.
Exactly.
No.
That's a definitive no.
We
They
can
have someone to prove. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, our offense was a grade A last year. Let's not get it twisted, y'all.
Yeah.
Number 3 offense in the league. We had a hell of an offense last year. Let's not get that twisted.
Somebody mentioned too that we run a lot of play action, so maybe it's a scheme. And we got a new offensive coordinator, so we don't know what's going to happen now in that aspect too. We don't know. That's my thing. That's why I said I'm looking at this with a glass half full, is because we don't know what type of offense we're going to run. We know we're going to run it through Derrick, but what are we going to do in the passing game? Like I said, I have high hopes for Reynolds. I actually like Reynolds. I for some reason, I don't know. It's weird to say. He's not the flashy guy, but I think we need to get this out of our brains where we always want somebody that's flashy. I like the flash, don't get me wrong, but why trade to get him? So we had opportunities. It's just J-Robs has some explaining to do. I'm like, bro, you need to do better. You need to explain this better than just giving us BS excuses out.
So you see this guy eventually being part of the team just because we traded. There had to be some reason.
No choice. In my opinion, he has no choice. I mean, you got to do something. I'm sorry. Even if we don't get Julio, guys, what are we going to do? We're going to have to ride with either Julio, the fact of getting Julio, or if we don't have Julio, then what? Are we just going to sit here and curl like babies and say, no, we're not playing? They're going to have to go out there and play. Even if AJ goes down, you're going to have to step up. Next man up. I take that excuse out. That's with life. Hey, if I go down, bro, you're going to have to lift the weight up. I'm sorry. No excuses.
Yeah, definitely. And in your case, do you think we could get a Julio? I don't think so. We don't even have the cap room. We don't. He's too much money.
Like you say, he's too much money. I heard J-Rob's trying to restructure contracts, but I think that's more to get a tight end in here. Julio is up in age. You're not gonna get the same Julio you got 5, 6, 7 years ago. I hate when the Titans do that. We did that with Andre Johnson. Randy Moss. We do that all the time. I'm like, if you're going to get them in their prime. I'm tired of getting receivers like that. It would be nice for a nice decoy. We did it with Jadeveon Clowney. He'll be nice as a decoy to get AJ open. But even and the thing that pisses me off about Corey Davis, and Hawk always says this. I'll never forget this when we drafted Corey Davis. Hawk was like, you don't pick nobody in the 5th round. I mean, as the 5th pick of the draft, and you not do nothing your first 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden you want to do something this year, and it's a valid complaint. I understand he was hurt, but it was sometimes where he would just fall back. You know that Homer Simpson meme where he falls back in the bushes.
Yeah, he just goes in the bushes.
Yes, that was Corey Davis, and I get he stepped up in good times, but we needed you to step up in the right time. So I feel like the Julio thing is good to talk about, but is it reality? No, not in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Again, it would be nice. A lot of people are hopeful, but in reality, it's not going to happen, guys. Please stop talking about that. I'm just saying. All right. Let me see. If I can skip down here. Okay, we got next. This one's a fun one. This one's a fun one, guys. All right. 4th round, we end up getting outside linebacker Rashad Weaver from Pittsburgh. And again, I'm no news person. We all have heard the story. If you haven't heard the story, he's been charged for simple assault. If you don't know what simple assault is, it's the less petty of all the assaults. There's aggravated assault. There's a bunch of assaults, but this was the least. What do you, first of all, before we get into that, what do you think about the pick? Anyway, Hawk, go ahead.
All right, so Jacques sent me several months ago a clip of the University of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And what was the guy that you were trying to show on there, bro?
So it was Patrick Jones.
Patrick Jones. Okay. Yep. This guy was very accomplished, D tackle, out there making plays. I promise y'all on everything. What I say to you, Jacques, I said, I know you showed me.
Before you say it, I got guys. This is what Hawk said. Hey, Patrick Jones is cool, but who the hell is this number? What, number 15?
17.
He was like, that dude is all over the field. Who is that? And I looked back, I said, you know what? This joker right. Keep going, Hawk.
Yep. So this is well before all the draft stuff that we knew about. I just, on some reason, I saw the tape. I was like, Patrick Jones is making plays, but 17 is out there making more plays. Who was this tall cat out there playing defensive end? Come to find out, it was Rashad Weaver. So we end up drafting this guy. I said, wait, you end up drafting the dude, right? I was like, wow. So of all the picks, to me, Rashad Weaver is the one that is like, could be great or could be a bust, right? Okay. Yeah. Here are the strengths. So as to why I like Rashad, I like the pick. Rashad Weaver 6'5" out there. Okay. Not real shifty, but really got good size, good base, and makes good plays and makes tackles, get a few sacks, things, probably like a 6-7 sack a year type of a guy, right? I think the issue with Rashad Weaver for us is scheme. Is this guy a 3-4 DN or a 4-3? I think he's more of a 4-3 guy than a 3-4 guy. You know what I'm saying? I think he needs a little bit more space versus playing against two linemen that could be in front of him, right? I like his height. I like his ability. I think Rashad Weaver will definitely make the team. I think players like Larrell Murchison need to look out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he can slide him on off the roster and make plays out there. Rashad Weaver, of all the players, in my opinion, could be the one player that could actually be the best player if he wants to be. Of all the players that we have, based on his ability. But it remains to be seen. One, right now, he's praying that everything is okay with his case right now. Okay. He has a case on him right now of beating up a woman in a club. And, we know that's not a good thing when it comes to the NFL. So in fact, you're a rookie. You hadn't even played a down in the NFL. So you have no clout at this point. You're not a first round pick. You're a fourth round pick. They could cut you today and be like, it is what it is, right? So he's hoping that all that works okay. But I actually think Rashad Weaver, I'm serious. He could possibly be one of the better players, or he could be probably not even be on the team. So it's on him. He's got to get more fluid. He has to be more twitchy. He's not more of a twitch guy. He's more of a size guy. Okay. And, Kevin Dodd, Oiler Titan. You see what I'm saying? So Oiler Titan, so I don't know if he's as bad as Kevin Dodd, but I'm saying is he's not. I've seen him on the field in college. It's the NFL, man. He's not real fast, about a 4'8", 4'9" guy. He's got to get better with his speed. He's got to be better around the edge, things like that. If he can get that, based on his size and his height, Rashad Weaver can be a beast. So I like the pick at the 4th round. I like the pick. I think the pick was a very good pick, man.
I think so too. I think I like the pick again. Working on the defense, we needed a defense. Defense was trash last year. He seemed like a really good player. What do you think, Jock? So, by the way, you keep talking. I'm gonna get my chart. I'm gonna get an extension cord because my laptop. So go ahead.
Hey, Jacques, look at T-Town Brown's comment, bro, because that's what you told me. T-Town Brown.
Oh yeah, you talking about when Jones was getting whooped at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah,
he was getting towed up. Hey, Patrick Jones was getting destroyed. Dude was trash. So it kind of switched it. One for me with Patrick is I don't think everybody knows this, but Bud Dupree is his mentor. Okay, with him being in Pittsburgh, he's at Pittsburgh. Bud kind of took him under his wing, so he has a mentor. One, number two, we know Pittsburgh is known for putting out good defensive linemen. Where did Aaron Donald go to college?
Pitt.
Exactly. I think it was somebody else that went to Pitt. I think the Red Reavers went to Pitt too.
He did.
Pitt is known for putting out good defensive players, right? So I'm not worried about that. 3, he's coming to a good defensive room, a good defensive line room where you have Autry, you have Harold Landry, you have Bud Dupree, you have Jeffrey Simmons. So this will allow him to eat actually, because you changing him out with Harold Landry. They got to worry about Bud Dupree. That allows him to come through. And I like his size too. So he just needs to be coached up very well to the point where, hey, we need to add more to your arsenal when it comes to rushing the passers. I like how his hands and how he's shifty. Like you say, Hawk, he's not going to get you. Might get you about 7 or 8 sacks a game, but we need that. Hell, we only got 19 sacks last year, I believe. Was it 19? Yeah.
Not sure.
We only got what we only got. We were the least sacked team in the league.
It was super low, bro.
So that's my thing. I like his upside. I'm like, okay, and like you said, when you told me to go back and look at him, I looked at him and I said, you know what? The reason why Patrick Jones is eating is because of Weaver. They're looking out for Weaver because Weaver is getting back there, and it allows Patrick Jones to eat. So he's the beneficiary of Weaver, basically, right? So with the scheme, I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I'm like, hey, allow him to rush the pass and he'll be fine. Fourth, with the situation, in the court of law, you are proven you're proven guilty until you're innocent, right? Basically. So what I'm hearing is some of that might not be true. So, but I will tell every young man in the NFL this: stick to your purpose. You have an opportunity that normal human beings don't get on an everyday level. Take advantage of it and leave the pettiness and leave the hoo-ha over there. Stick to your purpose. Continue to play ball. You have an opportunity. Isaiah Wilson.
Yep.
He jacked it off. He just messed it up. So, hey, and all the Titans said it the best. 9 sacks the last 2 weeks. So that they were trending up. So exactly. I mean, it's one of the things, we got depth and we got a steal, in my opinion. The Molden and the Weaver pick was super steals. So I think and I hear a lot of people saying, well, they didn't do their homework. They didn't do their homework. Weaver didn't know about it. I don't think the Titans knew about it. They knew about it at the cuffs. So It was one of those things where it kind of just snuck up on everybody. It's like, okay, well, could this be a situation where, hey, you just got drafted? Guys, we know you just got drafted. You got a little money. I'm gonna come to one of them pockets. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I feel like this will humble him. This will humble him to the point where he'll get himself together and he'll stay straight and narrow. And I think this is gonna make him hungry and make him eat even more. So yeah, at Durkin time, Bud Dupree and him know each other. So that's just like coming home to him. It's like, hey, Bud Dupree is your mentor? Bud Dupree is your mentor? You don't think Bud Dupree is about to teach him or has been teaching him? So that's another thing. It's like, hey, also, I meant to say this. Going back to the Fitzpatrick pick. Do you guys know who this man was training with in the offseason? Hawk, do you know?
Randy Moss. Yep. Trained with Randy Moss. Yep.
Who was AJ Brown training with in the offseason before he got drafted?
Julio
Who
Jones,
you say?
right?
AJ Brown.
Was it Julio?
It was Jerry Rice. It was Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
I thought it was
Mississippi boys.
It was Julio, and then it was Jerry Rice. So the Fitzpatrick, and I'm sorry about backtracking, but with the Fitzpatrick pick, that kind of made me feel better because I said, okay, he's hungry, he's trying to get better. So he's there. Zach Carpenter said, hey, it was Rice. And with the Fitzpatrick, he trained with Randy Moss. I mean, people go look it up. I mean, this kid was out here working with Randy. So Randy sees some talent in your game. He's going to help you. So I encourage any young player to get with veterans and learn the game. So, but with the Weaver pick, man, that was an A+ to me, man. That was a hell of a pickup, man. I jumped out of my seat when we picked him up. I called Hawk. I said, man, we just picked up Weaver, dog. Yep. I said, we picked up your boy, dog. Like, we just picked him up. This is insane. So,
yep.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't know if you mentioned this before, though. It was just he just needs to be a little bit more aware of what's happening, even if that incident didn't happen. I mean, you're a week away from the draft almost.
Thanks.
Yeah, you need to get your mindset right.
That's right.
Don't act a fool. People are gonna be trying to do stuff. I mean,
yep. Right.
Anyone in general. I mean, you just got to know what your placement is and where you're at. And I'll be like, just stay in the room and don't go out. Like, just come on, man. Like, you got an opportunity. I understand that you're excited, this and that, but again, bad things happen after 12 o'clock, and
that's right.
That's
especially in the club.
Yeah, especially in the club. I mean, the
alcohol.
The alcohol, I mean, people get, but again, the story is kind of up and down. Again, she said she was pregnant, but while you in the club, I don't know. It's weird.
That could open up a can of worms, people. Like he's coming to Nashville too, so I don't know if anybody's been to Nashville, but Hawk can tell you, Nashville is not. It's not an easy place to maneuver, especially if you're young, you vibrant, You coming in with a little money.
A lot to do, man.
Go lock yourself in. Like you said, Mr. Tyke, go lock yourself in the room. Please. Don't be out here acting a fool.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think I brought up too was just like the scout, like who's scouting these players. But again, I think it was brought up to them last minute, right? It wasn't. But then I heard some rumors that saying that a couple NFL teams knew about it, and so again, the stories are all over the place. So I really don't know.
Zach Carpenter said it the best. Nash Vegas, he right. Hey, Mr. Titan, if you ever come to Nashville, brother, hit us up. We're gonna show you.
I go every year, and I have a blast. Again, I usually go with a buddy of mine, but even if my buddy can't make it, don't worry, I'm there all the time. I love it.
Don't you agree that every time you come here to Nashville, it's different every time? Things change.
It is
unbelievably, man.
It does. There's new buildings, new restaurants,
exactly. New rooftop bars.
This time when I went, it really is. There's more top bars. When I went last year for the Colts game, that Thursday night game, which sucked because we got killed. It was different because I remember there's one spot off Broadway. No, it's the Florida Georgia line. That little bar, they got the best mac and cheese. I mean, I'm a fat ass when it comes to that, bro. They had I don't know if they sprinkle crack on it. Wherever they put some crumbs on the mac and cheese, it is fire. And when I went, since it was COVID and stuff, like we're only doing drinks, and I think it was like finger foods. I was like, really, I was so disappointed because I couldn't have my mac and cheese. But this year, when I go back, because again the schedule's coming up, I like to plan my. I'm trying to do 2 games this year in Nashville. I usually go to 1, but I'm gonna try to do a home opener, and I'll try to do one in October because it's nice and crisp. And we'll definitely, and I'll hit you up. We'll go to. Because I know Gerald McGrath, he told me, I mean, he usually picks me up from the airport. I ain't trying to brag, but Gerald McGrath, he's my boy. He's good dude. So we'll all hang out, man.
Cool.
All right. Let's see. I don't even think I put the last. Oh, no, I did. Okay, 6th round, we got Racy McMath from LSU.
Cool name.
So, it is a cool name.
It's a cool name.
Apparently, he's more special teams. I heard than anything.
So, I think he was at the Senior Bowl too. Another senior. Another senior. Yeah. So with Racy, I think Racy was a casualty of a good wide receiver core and a good wide receiver room in Justin Jefferson, Chase. What was the other kid? Keep me honest. What's his name? The third receiver that they had.
Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall. Joe Burrow wasn't there to throw him the ball. So I think he was the next big receiver to step up. But I like his measurables. I think he's measured at 6'2", 200.
Come on, Racy?
Yes.
He was like 6'3", 225.
Okay. 225. He ran a 4.3, guys. 4.3. A 4.3. A 4.3. Okay, I heard he squats 400 pounds or bench press 400 pounds or whatever. The guy has it. He's a special teams ace. He's a special teams beast. One thing I would love to see him, and I would love to see Rob Moore do, is I would rather for him to coach him up to be the next third receiver or the outside guy versus Fitzpatrick, because I like his upside better. He just doesn't have a lot of tape. He's a casualty of the LSU product. You know what I mean? And we know about LSU wide receivers. They in college, they're okay. When they get to the NFL, they become superstars. They become amazing. So with Racy, I believe if you can coach him up and get him right, he'll be okay. But I mean, to me, he's more of a special teams. I would like to see him return kicks. Put him back there to return some kicks. So I think I get not too much tape on him. I mean, he got a little bit of tape, but not too much.
What do you think, Hawk?
We talked about project earlier, right?
Yeah.
This is the epitome of a project. This right here, this pick right here, okay? And talk about project. I do not say Dez, but this guy. He only had 14 catches last year. 14. The year before, he had 17. The year before that, he had 3. You calculate all those numbers as 33 catches as a career, okay? Some players do that in 3 games, okay? So What I like about McMath, he has size and he has speed. 6'3", 225. Marcus Colston right, with speed. Okay, Marcus Colston was a 7th round pick, the all-time leading receiver in New Orleans Saints history. Okay, so I don't know the abilities of McMath because it's not a lot of tape on him. It really isn't. I heard he is a super special teams guy, so maybe that's why they picked him. But it's like as a 6th round pick, should you go that high for a special teamer? I mean, I don't know, but I told Jacques this. As crazy as this might sound, I think he has a better chance of making the team than Fitzpatrick. As weird as that is, I think he has as much ability just based on his size. It's just a matter of can he catch the ball? I mean, as a wide receiver, it's like an offensive lineman. Can you block? As a quarterback, can you throw? So I don't know, but he has the measurables to be 6'3", 225, run a 4.3. Played at LSU. Okay, that's a lot of positives there. You got a lot of things going for you. Okay, so. I like the pick. I mean, we need receivers. Hey, try him out. See what happens. You know what I mean? I don't think they're expecting a lot from him, but if he over exceeds those expectations and becomes really good, hey, we've gotten a steal here. He's healthy. He ain't been tackled but 17 times this year. Okay. So, you know what I mean? So he should be ready to go. No hamstring issues, no knee issues, no anything, right?
That's no volume.
He has no volume behind him at all. So we're just 14 catches. I mean, bro, I think that he has an opportunity to make this team. People don't realize, man, is last year every player that we drafted except for Cole McDonald, which was a waste of a pick. Okay, he got cut. He was the first rookie to get cut more than any team in the league last year.
What's up, big old Titan? By the way, what's up,
big old Titan?
Big old Titan, man.
Big old Titan. What's good, brother? Big O. What's happening? So
appreciate it. Go ahead.
I think that most players after the 4th or 5th round, it's hard to make a team, guys. We can talk about the draft all day. Most guys, especially 5th, 6th, or 7th, man, it's very likely you won't make the team. So this guy's going to make this team. He's going to have to make special teams plays. That's just what it is. And he's going to have to sort of creep up like a Steve Smith, Terrell Davis, Shannon Sharp. Those guys started out as special teamers. And then once they got to start and got to play, then we saw what happened. So he's going to have to make it on special teams.
One thing I do like about this class versus last year's class, this class seems more focused. I like all the Titans said it the best. And I'm actually, I believe for some reason it's weird to say this. I actually believe in these guys. Like, I really feel like these guys can produce something. I'm actually excited for the preseason because I actually am ready to see these guys do something in preseason. If people dismiss the preseason like, it's just the preseason.
Yep.
In the preseason, you tend to make plays and you tend to become a star in the preseason. It kind of trickles to the regular season. And if Dez and Racy can come in here and give me at least 5 to 6 catches throughout the preseason, a game, then I know we have something. And all the time, he said it the best. I mean, look at this. DJ Shark, who played for LSU, 4.43 Jackson, and look how he's turned out in the NFL. Yep. He's turned out to be something special. So we got to remember, guys, the quarterbacks that they played with, he wasn't playing with what was his name? The kid that got drafted. He's not playing with Lamar Jackson. He's not playing with the kid from Cincinnati, the quarterback from Cincinnati. I mean, you're in a receiver room like that. That's hard to get playing time. So I'm actually excited about the Racy. I really got a good feeling about this kid. If he can stay healthy, I'm not saying I don't know if he has any injury. Like Tyler Hawk said, he only been tackled 14 times. So
yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things. So with Racy, I mean, I'm actually excited about it. I when he picked him and I went back and I looked at his measurables and stuff, I said, this kid is huge. And then I looked at him and the comparison with these two picks, the receivers, they both can break tackles. They got good size. I mean, they're AJ Brown size. You have size. We don't got a Khalif Raymond no more. We still got Cam Batson. Yes, we do. But I mean, Reynolds has good size. This receiver room has size now. Remember, Khalif Raymond was a 4th?
Yeah.
We had Humphries, who was pretty short. He stayed injured. So one thing I like about this draft class that we have, they seem more focused and they seem more ready to come in and play day one. Of course, they have an advantage because they have a training camp, they have a rookie mini camp. They have something that they didn't have to put up with last year with COVID. COVID threw everything off. It threw the world off. So let alone football. And I told Hawk, I said, if any rookie came out this last year's rookie class and came out and excelled, Justin Jefferson is going to be a Hall of Famer. He did that without training camp.
Yep.
He did that without just any really real practice. And look what he did. He should have won Rookie of the Year. But I mean, you know how it is. It's a quarterback-driven league. So but I like the Racy pick, man. It's weird to say, man. Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. It's just weird. It's weird. It's super weird.
Yeah. I mean, again, he can play multiple positions as well, and that's something that J-Rob and Mike Rabel like. You know, he can play special teams. He can do wide receiver. So they like that versatility. They like to spread those players out and play multiple positions. So again, I didn't mind the pick. Again, he's one of the ones I had to kind of look up to because I didn't know who the hell he was. But again, for Zach Carpenter, yes, it's 3 games since 17-game season. So is the preseason in August? I believe so. I don't think that changed, right?
Yeah, August. It's still in August.
Yeah, it's still in August. All right. The last person, I don't even think I have him on the thing.
He had a cool name too, didn't he? What was his name?
Yeah, he has like Breezy Breeze or something. I don't know what the hell his name was.
Breezy Brady, I believe.
Breezy Brady or something like that. Do you know who I'm talking about? Wait, here it is.
It's Brady Breezy.
There you go.
Brady Breeze from Oregon.
Brady Breeze from Oregon. We got a safety. What do you guys think about this? Again, it's a sixth round overall pick. So usually to make the team, there's a very high chance that he probably won't make the team. But what do you guys think of him?
He's a special teamer. So Brady Breeze, I heard something about, and I don't know how true this is, something about the Rose Bowl. I think in 2020 or 2019, he was the I think he was the player of the game or something. He had like so many tackles, an interception, a touchdown. And
Really?
Yes. People keep me honest, but I heard a story like that, like Brady Breeze is this guy. I feel like we got this pick just for special teams. Just for special teams. He's a special team ace as well. I feel like with this pick, with us giving up the house for Dez Fitzpatrick, and I feel like John Robinson doesn't like to pick up seventh round picks anyway. I feel like this is just a day one contributor to come in special teams. Because our special teams was trash. Like they were trash this year.
Brett Kern was the only thing holding that special teams up.
Yes. We sucked at field goals. We sucked at, literally. So we were
bad. It was bad.
So, you're replacing Will Compton. You're replacing the linebacker. I forgot his name, man. He was a hell of a special teams player. We're replacing some guys. So, special teams, people don't realize special teams is that third phase of the game that can either win a game or lose a game. So, with Brady Breeze, I feel like he's just in here for special teams. Now, he's a safety, yes. Will he get a chance to compete for safety? Probably not, because you still got Quickshank, you still got Byard, you still got Hooker. You even have Molden who can be that hybrid corner safety if you really wanted to interchange them. But we know we run a 3-safety set anyway, so it just all depends. But with Brady Breeze, man, it's one of those picks I feel like it's just, okay, hey, we got to pick somebody. He's on our board. We need a special teams player. Hey, we need to go there. And at Comic God, actually, in our mock draft, I had us drafting a kicker. But I guess they feel comfortable with, that's what I thought, Darker Time. Okay, Rose Bowl player of the game. Can you believe that? A safety. He showed, they said he showed out in the Rose Bowl.
I gotta look that up now.
Look,
After we're done with this, I got to.
I was surprised. Mr. Titan, I was surprised. I was like, what? And I was like, he's the player of the game, a safety. So I feel like with this pick, it's the special teams. You got to get better. We got to get better on 3 phases. You know what I mean? And he exactly. AZ Mick, you said it the best. Brady's Breeze is like Eric Weddle. And I'm hoping, because if that's the case, we got another steal. And Darker Time, I had us taking the Florida kicker, the kicker out of Florida.
The kicker out of Florida.
So we did get the Ohio State kicker, the undrafted free agent. So Yeah, we did. So, I mean, Brady Breeze, I hope he turns out to be something. He has an opportunity to compete. And he has an opportunity to make the team. I will say that, especially with his upside. So, this draft is funny, but a lot of people wanted a receiver. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the need, but I think at the end of the day, I think defense
Yes.
overshadowed offense in this case. Again, being 28th, I mean, you don't, what's happening. Hi, welcome back.
Yeah,
I'm on my phone. My computer was like, "Hey,
mine did the same
it's
thing.
much better with the song." Can y'all hear me pretty well?
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So we're talking about Brady Breeze and stuff like that, and nothing too crazy. Again, I mean, it is what it is. It's another special teamer and stuff like that, and we're just saying that overall, I think in the draft, I think they were going for obviously defense. That's what we needed. Again, 28th is no bueno. It's not good. It's not good at all.
So Brady Breeze, let's not get this twisted either. Our special team was pretty poor last year, okay? And not punting, but kicking and coverage. I don't think we gave a lot of. I don't know if we gave any touchdowns last year that I can remember, but we sure didn't do well as far as punt blocking, making tackles well before the 20-yard line, things like that. This is a special teams pick, okay? And Brady Breeze played very well at Oregon, okay? He did very well. I think it was first team Pac-12. I mean, this guy has had some accolades, okay? Him and Justin Herbert are like best friends as well too. So I think it's a good pick. I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Because again, 7th round picks barely make the team. So it's like okay, if I'm gonna pick here, pick somebody that can make the team on special teams. And I think Brady Breeze will do that. I think he'll have an opportunity to do that. So I'm okay with it. I mean, for him to get some playing time at safety, that remains to be seen. I'd have to see more from him. But I'm okay. I'm okay with the pick. I have no issues with the pick.
Hey, Hawk. And he was the MVP of the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, the Rose Bowl. He was what they said.
And look it up, Mr. Titan. Look it up. He was the MVP of the. It messed me up when I heard. I said he did, and they said he balled out. I was like, wow.
I gotta watch the highlights of the game. I gotta watch highlights of the game because again, that's a safety. It's different. It's different.
It is. As a safety, yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what rookie will make? Oh man, I might have been drunk when I wrote this. What rookie makes the strongest impact on the team off the bat?
Hawk,
who do you got?
Go Hawk.
Go ahead, Hawk.
It's a two-sided answer.
Okay.
If the equation of this question has health into it, where the players have to be, what rookie would be the strongest impact, healthiest player on the team? I'm saying Caleb Farley. If it's not that, if his health is an issue, I'm going Elijah Molden, bro.
There you go. I think
it's those two players.
Zach Carpenter, trilogy, Durka time. I mean, everyone's I believe is getting on it. It's Caleb Fresh. I mean, I agree with you. I think I'm really excited to see what he does on the team, man. I think probably again, like I said before, I think that was the steal of the draft, and I think that's probably my favorite pick out of all of them. It's just and then just seeing what they can do. What do you think, Jock?
So I'm going Molden. I'm going because Caleb right now is just his uncertainty with his health is what kind of scares me a little bit. It's like, okay, hey, but Molden, I mean, he can start day one. Like literally, if he really wanted to, he can start day one, and they can plug him in. And he needs to learn the defense, but once he learns it, he's good to go. So for me, the highest upside, the biggest impact is Molden. I mean, he's going to come in here. Literally, that's your slot guy. And like I said, you can interchange him out of safety too because he has that ability to play safety. Matter of fact, I think I kind of like him at safety better than I like him at corner because of his upside. If anybody's ever played safety, you know you're roaming. You're just roaming. You're waiting for that deep ball to come through. I actually feel it's gonna sound crazy. It was at one point in time teams were scared to throw in the middle on our defense because of Byard. Then teams would throw on the outside versus the middle. I feel like with Molden, you can get back to that mold where, hey, you can intimidate teams where they don't want to throw in the middle, because I was seeing he was making plays in the middle, he was making plays on the outside, he was all over the field.
He was all over the place.
Man, so and then you think about it, when we lost Adoree was, in my opinion, one of our best tacklers on the team. So you need to make up for that. And Molden tackles very good, and he hits hard too. So that's one thing I do like about him too. He's not afraid to hit you and come up to hit you in the mouth. Legally, though. Legally, we know legally. But he's with it. So I like the mold. I feel like he's going to have big upside, man.
Yeah, again, a lot of people in the chat room, I mean, Ryan, everyone's picking Molden and stuff. Like, again, I mean, I think it's right. I think Durgatime kind of is willing to bet that he's started 1 week. He might be. I could see it. Yeah. That's not like, I'm not saying he can't. I could see it, and I think I said it before, but I mean, we'll see. Now, here's 2 more questions before I let you guys go, because I know we get into 2 hours. But what do you think the Titans will look to pick up in free agency? I mean, again, will we get another wide receiver? We need a tight end. We didn't pick one up. Will we pick someone else and maybe an edge on defense? What do you guys think? What's out there right now in free agency, and who do you like that could come into the Titans and help us out? Because, again, I think we need a veteran and wide receiver. I think we need another veteran in tight end. Again, I'm not sold on both of those. Defense-wise, edge, I'm okay with. I'm okay with right now, but, I mean, we'll see what happens. And either or.
Go for it, Shop.
So for me, wide receiver, we talked about the Julio Jones noise earlier. It's wishful thinking. I would like for it to happen, but it gives me a little hope that I know the Titans are reconstructing contracts, but I feel like that's more for a tight end. I feel like they're going to either have to because if you go for a wide receiver, Golden Tate is the only real legitimate threat out there that you can bring in. He's from Nashville, of course. We know Golden. I ran track against Golden, so I actually know Golden. So he's cool, he's solid dude. But I mean, you got Anthony Miller out there from Chicago who you can trade for. So you have some okay people. The kid from Denver you can trade for. Tight end wise, I'm not saying this will happen, but I would love to see a Delaney Walker reunion. It would be nice. That'd be awesome to bring Delaney Walker in. But I know
you understand. I've been preaching that. You understand. I think, and the post has done very good. I think I got like 600 likes and stuff of Delaney Walker. I'm like, I think we should try to get Delaney Walker. But again, I think that they left him with a bad taste in his mouth. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think once they let Mariota go and they stuck with Ryan Tannehill, I don't think he meshed with Mike Rabel as well. And I think he could have came back in the season, and I think he was just like, I'm good. I think he made his decision on the team. So
you know what tight end I would like to explore a trade for? OJ Howard. But I know Tampa ain't gonna let him go. But OJ Howard's a good option. Who else is out there, man? So you got a slew of tight ends that you can bring into the tight end room. I guess they believe in Ferguson.
I think they have the Eagles player as well. Do they have the Eagles? Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz, yeah. But you can look at him. So it's a slew of players. The Julio Jones thing, I would love to have Julio in here. Will he produce? I don't think so, because he's so up in the he's older and he's injury prone now. And it'll be good to have that in the room. But I just feel like the Titans do a horrible job at bringing in players on their last leg and the wheels have tread on the tires. It gets annoying after a while. So I feel like
it's happened plenty of times.
Plenty of times, right? But I feel like we will get a veteran receiver in here. So whoever, it might be via trade, it might be a free agency. Because, like I said, Golden Tate, I feel like Golden Tate's a viable option, just to put depth out there. And then after the preseason, or during the preseason, if you see something where this player's not panning out, this player's not panning out, they might bring somebody in. So I know we just signed the kid from Denver. The kid has only had I don't know. He's multi-year deal too, so I don't know. We don't know the logistics of the contract, but we brought him in, so they might see some upside with him. So that's for me, man. Edge, I'm okay with what we have now. Justin Houston is still out there, so if you want to bring him in for depth, you can.
Yeah. So
what do you think, Hawk?
For me, I want to say wide receiver. I also kind of want to say defensive tackle, though it's not one of the options. Now, let's not get this twisted. Julio Jones is not a free agent, okay? He's still with the Atlanta Falcons. So for him to come to a team, it has to be via a trade, okay? He's not a free agent. So I know I've been saying a lot about Julio, but I'm like, well, we got to give up something to get Julio, right? So as far as players that are unsigned, I know we spoke about wide receivers like, Golden Tate, the Nashvilleian, right? Kenny Stills is out there as a free agent. Larry Fitzgerald's out there as a free agent. Danny Amendola is out there as a free agent. But here's the thing why I say D tackle. Those receivers are, it's okay, right? When I think of D tackle, who I feel is probably the best free agent that's out there still that has not been picked yet, in my opinion, Sheldon Richardson. Okay. Sheldon Richardson would change your whole defense playing nose tackle. Okay. He would. I'm telling you. He is a beast. And, when you look at, the free agents that are available, they're free agents for a reason. Okay. A lot of these guys are okay. They're getting a little older, things like that. And they're probably wanting more than what they are worth on the market right now. But I like Sheldon Richardson. I like Jarrell Casey too. Jarrell Casey's available. He's not with Denver. He's a free agent, right? The guy that played for the Panthers, Kawan Short, is out there at D tackle. Okay. Geno Atkins from the Cincinnati Bengals is out there at defensive tackle, right? So there are tackles out there, okay? And, wide receiver still could be a hole. I get that. But we sure have done a great job on the outside as far as our edge rushers, things like that, even drafting, guys on the edge and things like that. But I still feel like we have not addressed the interior line yet. We lost Daquan Jones, signed a free agent from Michigan State named Naquan Jones. That's weird, right? But there's a lot of value in a free agent, nasty D tackle, comes in, knows his role, and makes things happen. I think that's where I would actually look into for a free agent is a D tackle.
So you feel like Archer's gonna get there? Is that the guy?
He is the guy. Still need more. We need some other.
So you're talking about depth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because D lineman not gonna play the whole game.
I think. Yeah. I think that rotation. I think I agree with you. The rotation is very healthy, and that's what happened with Harold Landry. Harold Landry played, I think, 95% of his snaps and stuff. You can't rely on that person. I mean, he's not going to have enough energy to do that. Like, you can't do that. You can't rely on someone like that. Unfortunately, yep. I mean, that's why I think that rotation. I think I agree with you on that one. Is key. It's key to keep fresh legs always.
That's right.
Yeah. But the gentleman that we picked up, his name is Fred Brown from the Broncos.
Fred Brown. That's right.
Fred Brown played 14 games for the Broncos over the past 2 seasons.
Okay.
2 catches for 21 yards.
Fred Brown.
Special teams guy.
Yep.
I mean, again, we're trying to fix the special teams. Again, I see where the direction where they're going at, and I have no problem with that at all. Defense, special teams were key. Again, a lot of people don't put emphasis on how big special teams down the stretch could play in a game.
That's right.
We weren't good. I told Jock, we only had Brett Kearns. Brett Kearns was the only one, and that's it.
Yep.
Like you can't. And then when Brett was hurt, It was like, oh my God! Remember we had the FedEx player, and
Yep.
he couldn't carry. Oh, it was a hot mess. It's a hot
It
mess.
was. It was a mess.
We lost to the
It
Coast
was.
Guard special team.
Exactly.
Exactly. You're correct. So the last question of the night before we wrap this up again, I want to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. It's been an honor. What is your final grade for the draft?
Oh, take this one. Go ahead,
This
Hall.
is the one.
So, Mr. Titan, I'm going to
Go
answer
ahead,
your
Hall.
question about the draft, the grade. And I'm live right now on Instagram. What's up, Instagram followers? What is good? And everything. You guys see it right here. What's good, Mr. Titan? Jacques, what's good? All right. So, live take here on my final grade for the draft. Okay. There's been a lot of stories as far as, the Titans did great, didn't do good, didn't do great, was bad. All these things. I've heard everything. My grade, okay? So in some states, this grade could be a B, could be a C, right? In some states. I'm giving them an 84, okay? In the state of Tennessee, that's a C plus. Okay, that's a C plus. All you needed to do was your homework, and you could have got an 85. Okay, that's the difference between you missing your homework assignment and getting it done. Okay, so I honestly think that when you look at the team, are there any superstars in this draft? That remains to be seen. Okay, I think Caleb Farley probably has the best opportunity, but again, he's a first round pick. He should be right. But he has a lot of injuries. I think this draft has a lot of hole fillers, not like surefire starters like, oh, he's starting day one. Can anyone tell me on this roster who, in the comments, except maybe Caleb Farley, because we don't have any corners, name a player in this draft for sure when the season starts, he's a guaranteed starter. It's hard to say that. It's hard to say that. So, I will give it, as Kevin Samuel say, an adjustable C, okay? There's opportunities to get better. But initially, I had to see them in preseason. I got to see them in practice. I don't see a Pro Bowl in this draft. I don't. I see a lot of hard worker, blue collar type of guys, special team guys, depth guys, things like that. I think Caleb Farley has the biggest ceiling. I think Dillon Radunz probably has the biggest opportunity, especially to become a starter one day. I think Elijah Molden will probably be the one player that's going to come in playing right off rip. I think Rashad Weaver has the biggest upside of the team. I think Racy McMath will probably be the biggest surprise of all the players that we've drafted. But again, I'm not saying anything I don't think that's going to just knock you off your feet. So I'm giving them a C. Now, last year, even though they finished an F, a flipping F, I felt they were a D last year. So I think this draft is better than last year's draft. So that's what I think.
Okay. What about you, Jock?
So I'm a different from my co-host.
Okay.
So I'm going to A, and this is saying I'm going to A, and I know a lot of Titans Nation. I see some A's in the comments as well. I feel different about this draft than I do last year. I look at the circumstance. I look. The Titans had a lot of time to do their homework. I told you I like scenes. Now I don't like draft grades because I like draft grades when you're 2 to 3 years in your career. We can go back and draft and grade the Derrick Henry and them draft now if we really, really, really wanted to, right? I feel like Fitzpatrick has good upside, even though he has some work to do. I feel like Racy has some good upside. I feel like Caleb Farley, man, can actually come in here and start day one. Let me say this: you have no choice. The tackle from North Dakota, you have no choice. I don't want to hear no excuses talking about, well, you can't do this, that, and the third. Yes, we didn't get the flashy guy. We didn't get the flash. But I feel like the Titans win better as a team than an individual. I feel like the Titans are a team, not an individual. Now, we're starting to branch off where we can have individual stars like A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry. I do. But how do you climb the mountain? If I have a team of 5 people, I'm not finna do it with one person and this person here. I'm finna do it as a team. So I feel like we got a bunch of guys that can contribute to the team day one, and I feel like that's how John Robinson thinks. How can you contribute to the team? If you can't contribute to the team, then you got to go. Isaiah Wilson. So for me, it's an A. I'm not going to give it an A plus or A minus. It's an A. I like what they did. I like the upside of these players. I feel like these players can be. I feel like I'm not going to compare it. Well, even with the Derrick Henry and Byard draft, you had some trash in it. You had the Dodd, who was trash. Austin Johnson didn't pan out. It was some players that didn't pan out. Those two players, they're panned out, yes. But I feel like there's players in this draft that can become that eventually. We just have to see. That's why it's important for this preseason. This is why I don't like draft grades, because I really can't gauge you now, but I know we have to do them. But at the same time, I'm excited for the preseason because I really want to see what you can do in the preseason. So for me, I'm the minority. I take that hit. I'm going to A.
Okay, you're going A. I think I'm going to go with your co-host. I was on the fence of saying B minus C, but I think I'm going to go with a C plus just because there's two players that are uncertain right now, as in Farley, if his injury, if he stays healthy, that could possibly move up to a B, and if Weaver, again, I like the pick, but again, with the situation going on, you never know. Plus, I feel like with the draft that we needed, the picks that we had, I think we addressed the defense, which was the most concerning. Again, everyone wanted offense. Everyone, wanted a wide receiver. I understand the need. Yes, we still need a second wide receiver. But I feel like the defense triumphs over the offense. So I'm going to go with a C plus until those clear.
Yep.
And, I can't. Again, we can only just guess on what's going to happen. We don't know if these guys are going to become studs or Pro Bowlers. We don't know. But again, I think the safe bet for me would be a C plus. So that's my bet. All right.
Okay. Sounds good, man. I'm looking at the comments. What's going on, Mr. Titan, Oiler Titan, AZ Mick Lee? Guys, we appreciate you guys coming, God. Appreciate you guys watching the show, man, from start to finish. We got a C, B, B, A, C, B, B. I'd say from the average from the folks in the comments, probably a B. B minus looks like. Yeah. Probably about a B minus.
Which is good, and that's something we'll see. That's the fun part about this, is just trying to figure it out and stuff like that. But before I let you guys go, man, I want to thank everyone in the comment section that stayed true with us, was leaving comments. I hope I got to everyone's comment. I tried to put everyone's comment on board again. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate Tennessee Titans Weekly for coming on. Man, it's been long overdue, man.
Yes, it has.
It has. It's been an honor, and it's been super fun to kick it with you and chop it up and talk some draft picks and stuff like that. So again, thank you guys for coming on and spending 2 hours of your time, because again, time is something, my friend, that you can never get back. So I do appreciate that.
That's right. Mr. Titan, thank you for having us on the show, man. We enjoy doing this, man. You know what I mean? And so I know it's been a time in the making, and we're here and we did it and we had a great time. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Titan, it's been great. Y'all listen, check it out, man. Check his show out, man. If you haven't subscribed, man, shame on you. Check his show out, man. Subscribe to his channel right now. If you're hitting the like button, man, there's something wrong with you. Hit that like button, man. Make sure you get your likes up and everything to that nature as well. You can follow him on Instagram, Mr. Titan 5. Check him out. And as well for us, you can subscribe to our channel at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are on Instagram at the same handle at Tennessee Titans Weekly, as well on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. Check us out, man. We're all on the internet, man. Hey, we got content. We bring it
for days, exactly. And again,
slow. Like, hey, before I let you go, bro. Hey, I had a ball. Time. I didn't even realize. I looked up. It was 2 hours. I was like, oh man. When you talking football, and especially Titans football, man. But hey, Mr. Titan, once again, like I told you at the beginning of the show, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. This is, like you said, long overdue. We missed the anniversary show, and this is a makeup. But I had a ball. I know Hawk had a ball. And tune in, guys. We have our draft show coming up. So Mr. Titan, we will definitely get you on our show again. So hey, tighten up, baby. Tighten up.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Be safe. If you're gonna drink, and be safe about it. Guys, have a good one. Tighten up, all right? Have a good night, guys.
Yes, sir.